Hello, this is no, no, I'm not doing it. Do you no, I better fucking not. Better, better shut my fucking goddamn mouth. All right, so this campaign is for adults only. All right, so the two of you, Alec and Ostos, you go into the tavern. We'll say that you're the first ones there, at least among the adventurers here. Now, this tavern is actually already fairly busy. Let's go ahead and get the bronze here. And what you see is essentially quite a few full tables. There is one table that still has room, and it is this one here.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna barge in, just like, not quite like I own the place, but just go like, all right. And if anyone just like drive his attention towards me, I'm gonna engage him in conversation and just say, um, I'm here on official business, and I'm gonna have that table just for me, and whoever else would be paying me drinks. So don't mind me. I and this little guy is with me as well. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Come on in, guy. Don't you worry. What's your name
the
again? Kid?
Trailing like a puppy.
the tavern keep, which is a human woman, eyes you slightly strangely as you are first Templar to enter this tavern in what's otherwise kind of the poorer districts that Templar tend to avoid. But otherwise, she says that a barmaid will be right with you. In the off to the side, kind of just sort of lumbering nearby, is a half giant that is just watching her and the folk in the tavern. As you head over to the table, you can see that there's a number of elves and humans alike. And for example, like over here, I'm going to use my library.
Oh boy.
What's interesting here is that there is like a couple. Okay, yeah, that'll do. A couple noble folk on this table, and they have with them about 4 guards, 2 between each of them, kind of surrounding them, which makes sense considering that they're likely wishing to keep their valuables their own. Besides that, the sort of population here is pretty typical of a tavern. A barmaid comes over and she says, "Will you be having the broy?"
Oh yes, yes, dearly. Please, please enjoy my wonderful evening with drinks.
And
And it's on this fellow tab. So if you would.
she smiles at you, Alestos. Alestos, right?
Astos.
Okay,
It's Astos.
Ostos. I really gotta. I'm like mixing the names. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to. You know, you got an Alec and an Ostos, and it's kind of fucking me up. But I'll get through this somehow.
If you forget the names are at the bottom of the roll 20, I haven't set my character name, please.
Yeah. I just got the library open, so I can't. It's hard to see everything at once. But so also she looks at you with a sort of cordial smile and says, "In that case, it'll be 2 bits." Which remember, bits are equal to silver in this game, and she pushes a whole pitcher of the stuff out on the table.
All right, this is really good. I'm feeling comfortable right now. So, how are you feeling, kid? You're
Hey, and give me a second. Oh well, I don't drink. So.
well. You should. No, you should. I'm gonna serve you. Don't worry. 2 cups, please.
The barmaid just leaves. But
Oh,
did you
shit.
did you give 2 bits, or are you starting a tap?
I am giving a what are the iron pieces called?
It's basically, yeah, the iron is iron, and that's the equivalent of gold. So if you give her an iron, you are grossly overpaying.
Oh, I'm giving her iron. I'm like, change, please.
Uh, okay. And she she comes back later with 8 bits, and kind of slams it on the table like you're bothering her too much with having to do the change bit, and says, "Will there be anything else?"
For your trouble, I'll give a bit for as a tip.
At that point, she lightens up a little bit and says, "Thank you." And with that, she heads off to help others. And it's
being
at this
generous.
point that two Dre will head into the tavern. Go ahead and place yourselves, please.
Boop.
And yes, it's not exactly lute music in the background, but I'm trying to be thematic here.
Okay, we're gonna put ourselves on Do Not Disturb so our Discord settings don't show up during my recording. There we go.
Oh,
Perfect.
nice. And so the two of you look and you see the woman behind the counter welcome you. Although when she welcomes you, she says, "Hello, welcome to the Bronze
Jacka.
Chaka." Actually, she doesn't finish it.
Oh, sorry.
The half giant next to her says, "Jakar." But she's in a little bit of a shock seeing the two of you, and she says, "Are you here for the broil?"
Nadia kind of flicks her tongue at her, and then she's gonna nod.
Oh, very well. There's a little bit of space on the table in the back.
Jenny will just go over to the table in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
Which one? This one?
The one that I've so this is a pop in place. It's very full because of the half off
Mhm.
Roy. The one that I have a turquoise box around.
Hmm.
That's the only one that's open. So this is like a shared space.
But the bar's
She's
empty.
just gonna sit herself right there.
No,
But
it's
the
all
bar's
full. I just,
empty.
I can't be bothered to put an NPC in every
Sure.
spot.
Before she goes to sit at the table, Jenny will say, I was wondering why is it so cheap? Is there some special occasion going on?
She says it's a new recipe, and well, to get the word out, we're for one night giving it for half off. After that, however, you'll have to pay full price for this delicious broil.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Insight check.
Jesus.
6. I believe her, and I walk over to
Yeah.
the table while my voice cracks.
Yeah. As you're both walking over to that table, one of the noblemen, so it's two noblemen and each has two guards, says, kind of points, he looks at his nobleman friend and points at the two of you and says, "Here comes this scaly type leading another. Hail, shepherd. Where are you taking your new lizard there? That stinking beggar. Liquor of pots." And the other one starts laughing, and he starts joining in on this.
Where are we at? Where are we at?
You're
Are we
probably-
right here?
You're probably next to him, like as you're passing by. The
So,
next one pops up. He goes, "Yeah, how many doorposts has she rubbed her back on whilst whining for garbage?" They look like they're maybe slightly into their cups already.
Yeah,
They are-
Nadia's just gonna flick her tail as she comes like right here. She's gonna
Uh-huh.
flick her tail and just send that cup into the other dude's face.
Okay.
Nadia,
I'm
Nadia,
gonna-
Nadia. It's fine. It's
not
fine.
fine.
Did
I will. No,
Zay-
she said it. She's doing it. I would like it's not a hand, but there are guards here, so to get close, you'd have to be, let's say, subtle. So give me a sleight of hand to see if you can flick your tail over to that pitcher without a guard kind of pushing you away a little bit.
Let's see, what is it?
Sleight of hand.
Okay.
So
I know it's not a hand, but
Nice.
and then let's do a perception on the guard. And I don't have the guards. Well, yeah, I should just go ahead and like, this is something I need to do now.
So have I ever seen like those types of people before?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
Mm.
Kind of lean over to Alec.
So he will
Hi.
do a perception.
Um,
Okay. You guys can't see that, can you? Let me screenshot like what's going on here so it doesn't look like I'm a liar.
I'll tell you how to modify that later.
Yeah. Well, Okay, I'm not gonna waste the time, but it's popping on to GM only, and actually I might prefer.
Oh, you
Um,
just you just go to settings and then you select role, yeah, public role toggle.
Where's the settings?
It's like a little gear.
Okay, so I'm on the gear, and then where
It should be on the right panel, and then you can also do the roll for advantage thing.
Oh no,
Toggle.
I hit the gear, but there's like a long list of choices. So
Oh.
what's it called?
It's ooh, it's
Enable background.
whisper rolls to GM,
Whisper rolls.
and then whisper toggle. That's what it should be. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's the same on
Roll
like an
20 here?
NPC.
Or
Mm,
using
yeah, I
it
don't,
as
I don't see anything that says whisper rolls to GM.
Give me a second. So if you go to character sheets and you click the gear, that will expand the NPC options up top. And then if you drill down to under where it can say legendary actions, you'll see general options. And then I'll say NPC checked, and then role queries.
Okay, I'm rolling from D&D Beyond.
yeah.
So,
That's
oh,
what I was.
Via
Yeah.
a Chrome extension.
That's a whole
So,
previous section.
Yeah, that's why I figured. At any rate, I think it's fine to like not show the rolls as long as you guys trust me. Like if you want me to screenshot something, if you don't believe me, I can. But
I don't.
For the
Kind of sketchy.
yeah, kind of sketch. I can always screenshot it if you don't believe me, but I don't really care too much if I'm the only one seeing it because I'm the only one who needs to. So he rolled a 19,
Mhm.
and he is gonna step in front of you as you're about to flick your tail and say, "Don't approach the nobleman."
Who did that? The giant?
No, one of the guards. Let me start
Oh.
throwing the guards out here.
Okay.
Yeah, the 4
So-
guards around these guys.
Yeah. So there's like a guard here. There's a guard here. There's a guard here. And let's say a guard here.
I do see that, right?
Yeah, you see all the guards. They're like, they're very conspicuously just standing around the nobleman, like watching out over them.
I would like to step in and say some things.
Okay, what do you do?
I'll get close to the guards, like trying to get in the middle of the humans and just like kind of showing off the mantle, my tabard of the Templar of Abalashi Ray, and I'll just go like, okay, I'm so sorry. There is no need to have a fuss over the situation over here, and just look at the two ladies like, The
I
thing
agree.
is that
The lizard should leave.
oh no, that's
She
not what I'm
scowls.
saying. That's not what I'm talking about, my friend over here. The thing is, we're all here in this place to drink, have a drink, whether you have scales or not. So, would be kind of you to respect someone of authority a bit more, and just step down. Don't
The-
say
The
any
noble
more
looks at
things.
You like you're. He looks at you like you're stupid, and he goes, Do you know which house I'm from?"
Oh, I most certainly do not give a shit about it. So,
He says, he says, "I am from House Langston, and my people could set you out on your ass if they wished it. We have
Uh-huh.
high places and connections with the High Templar."
Oh boy. Do I hear that name?
Yeah, he's not saying it quietly.
Oh, okay.
Anybody who's here that has lived in this may roll a history.
oh, okay. Who is proficient in history may roll, or just everyone?
Yeah, and anyone who's lived in the city for and Ostos, you're gonna get advantage because of your particular situation.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I tried my best. I
You
mean,
need
hold
it.
on. You shouldn't have to roll at all because you work with them, or you did work with them.
I recognize the name at least. Ain't like
Yeah,
their
I mean,
background, not so much, but-
Your master artisan guy literally said it to you, just like 20 minutes ago. So you don't have to roll for it, but other people have to. So are we? Is it only Alec that's rolling?
2, perfect.
Beautiful.
Hold
Makes
on.
sense.
I can't read, so. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that's probably appropriate anyhow. Alec, for a minute it escapes you, but then you're like, oh, of course, House Langston. They basically run the entire Coins District. They are the oopsies. They are the type
Oh
that
god, I thought that was mine.
no,
Mine too.
Like,
We all have the
yeah.
same phone.
that's my alarm to well, I'll handle it later. But yeah, these people, in some degree, along with I would say just as powerfully as the Templar, run Rom.
Oh shit. All right.
But through like they are basically, not basically, they're the most powerful merchant house in Rom, and in addition, they're so powerful that when they raid other merchant houses or raid caravans, Templar tend to look the other way.
Oh fucking hell! That's not my job anymore. I'm out. Can I disengage? No, I'm just kidding.
So he's like, yeah, he asked, don't you know who I am? I'm from House Langston, blah blah blah. Go ahead.
Sure. I think I do know you from someplace. You are probably from the Coin District, right? I mean, you're not here just for the looks, right? You're here for the grog, as we all. Can you please keep my friend's attitude over there? She's just thirsty, I would assume, and we all just want to sit on our table, have a drink. Would you mind, please?
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
I'm supposed to be good at those.
I mean, I should just ruin it by saying we don't even know you.
15. So he looks at you, and sort of shakes his head, rolls his eyes, and says, "Very well. We'll enjoy the view in this direction." As he turns his chair, sort of backed away from your table.
Thank you very, very much. And I look at the two weirdo lizards that just show up, and I don't say that. I just, if you please, follow us to the table, right? I think.
She's gonna push past these guys. She don't rightfully give a fuck.
Yeah, the guard. You like kind of shoulder check a guard. He kind of looks at you like, "What the fuck?" But as long as you don't touch the noble, he's like, "Whatever." And at this point, a little girl walks into the tavern.
Oh
Oh,
no.
shit.
Go ahead, Rona. Beastie. Are you attempting? Let me ask you this question. Are you attempting to disguise the fact that you're a halfling by like maybe putting a hood over your head or something, or are you going like full halfling?
No, I think at this point she'll be disguising.
She'll be disguising.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you go over. Give me just a. Do you have disguise tool? If not, just do like what is it? Deception. Just to see like
I
you did a good job of.
Don't know.
Covering yourself.
Yeah, I don't have a disguise kit, but
Yeah.
she's
Couldn't give
just
me-
got like, she's typically very young looking anyway, and
Fair enough. Yeah. If
So-
you've got a hood on, I think that's probably enough to at least look like you're a kid, considering how rare halflings are.
and she's got like a chubby face.
Yeah. Good point. Can everybody describe how they look to each other? Starting with you, Rona.
Sure. Beastie appears to be a small human child, maybe 5 or 6 years old, with a dirty wild mane, golden blonde hair, and large, oddly pale green eyes, with golden flecks in the bronze skulls of her iris. Her skin is tanned and sunburnt, but kind of a color. Her nose is super sunburnt, smattering of freckles and dirt across her. She's got one large snaggletooth fang that sticks out over her very chapped lip, still pouty lips. Her smiles appear more like a feral snarl. She wears raggedy, dirty, dated tunic.
Hold on one second, Rona. You're cutting a bit.
Why am
Um,
I cutting out?
So maybe
Headset.
increase your sensitivity, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're good while it's in.
Is this better?
So far it is.
Okay. So, yeah, I increased my sensitivity a fair bit. Did I need to repeat anything?
I think we heard most of. Does
Mhm.
anybody think they missed anything?
Yeah.
I mean,
It
I
was
got
just-
most
just
of
your
it.
last. It was just your last sentence that cut out.
Oh, she's got a large snaggle. Oh, her smiles often appear more like a feral snarl than any expression of enjoyment.
Jesus.
She wears a raggedy, dirty, faded green tunic with yellow trim and a faded blue piece of cloth that she kind of tosses up over her head like a cloak and hood, cinched at her waist with just a piece of rope. And that's pretty much it.
Cool. Alec, go ahead and describe yourself.
Yeah, what you see, and whenever you see at my, whenever you look at my face, you see like a really handsome elf, pointy ears. At least you can see one of the ears pointing out because the long blonde shiny hair is just covering the other side of his face, his head, and he has like several dark tattoos over his face, but yellow, almost shiny eye, and he has a kind of tall physique for an elf. He's kind of really bulky. Yet he's covered with worm coat over his chest, and his arms are like filled with tattoo as well, but not quite like dark as the ones under his face. And it's just like several lines, weaver skin armor. Thank you very much. And he has like several tendril looking tattoos over his both arms and two large bracelets that are just hanging close to his wrist. And besides that, you just see a handsome elf, which looks like he has always a smile on his face.
From the nearby window, there's like a light gust, and his hair just kind of blows in it a little bit.
Yes. Ah,
Okay.
doing yourself.
Next is Helio. Go ahead and just describe Astos.
You see a rather decently dressed half-elfin boy with a scruffle of hair on his chin, light brown eyes, brown hair. His clothes are rather fine, but a bit stained with different manners of color, liquids on them, and his fingertips a bit too. He seems frantically looking around, not quite enjoying himself.
Love it. Next is Heatherly Genevieve.
Um, so Jenny has bronze scales, with dim golden eyes, short black eyelashes, and she's wearing this, like, simple, like, mismatched leather armor outfit, and it's, like, really dusty and ripped in places, and has, like, it's kind of like a cloak, kind of, but it doesn't have like a hood or anything, and it's really frayed at the bottom, and she's pretty short, and she's very, like, the first thing you notice about her is like she doesn't like look people in the eyes, and she's always looking around, and she really doesn't like to be bothered, that kind of thing.
Okay, and finally, Lexi, your character Nadia.
Okay. Nadia, she is a still water blue, so like a pale blue, like faded. Almost looks white. She does have black and gray accents along her body, like markings, like stripes and stuff, and a very prominent scar along her snout that crosses over to her two-toned eyes, which are gray and gold. So, yeah.
All right. So with everybody described, Beastie, you see the tavern is very busy. It's like a full house here. You see kind of the number of guards, the typical people, and then you see a bunch of kind of strange things out in that corner. A couple. Well, I can't say that you've never seen one before, but you see lizard-like people seated in the corner, and you see a Templar of all things here, and then you may not be able to see it from here, but a human-looking fellow, perhaps half elven, in the corner. And before you, you see the barmaid, or I should say the barkeep, and she says, "Ah, Beastie, have you got the linens for me?"
Yep.
And she comes over to you and pats your head, and puts her arms out to receive it, and she pulls out 2 bits for you to have. That's the equivalent of silver.
Yeah, so.
Eventually, I'll stop saying it altogether.
Nice.
And she takes the tapestry and gives it to the half giant so that he can hang it high above the sort of like left side wall that is currently uncovered. Actually, you know what? She's going to put it in front of the fireplace. It's on the right side. And what's there is essentially a tapestry of. It's not bad. Actually, let's get a. Can we get a profession roll from you, Rona?
What?
Dexterity based, because
Okay.
you have like proficiency with
Weaver's tools, yeah.
with Weaver's tools. So go ahead and roll. So yeah, this is a beautifully made tapestry, and in the center of it is the symbol of a sort of lizard-like. You know what? I'll actually pull it up so you guys can see what a Jakar looks like. Just give me a second. A Jakar, given that this is a tapestry and isn't going for extreme realism, I'm gonna pop over. Can I not just drag this? That would be a lot easier. Fuck you. All right, I'll save it. I will do this, even if it kills me. Here we go. Give it a few seconds to upload. So, like a cartoony version of it would be like this.
Jesus.
And so that is essentially, with maybe not so detailed, since this is a tapestry and not like a painting or something, is in the center, and its scales are bronze, after the name, the bronze Jakar. Okay, and at that point, Beastie, you can do as you wish.
Okay. I'm gonna. So was the deal with the tavern just for the 2 bits, or do I get to drink too?
I will say it's the 2 bits. You can basically get a whole pitcher of broy. So it's either for you to spend, or you can turn it in for a pitcher of broy, as well. A pitcher for you is like enough to kill yourself with this stuff.
Probably
Well,
so.
well, I don't know. Maybe your constitution's amazing, but
No, I think I'll. Well, how about I ask her? I'll tug on her tunic and be like, "Hey, can I just get like a cup of something to drink?"
she says sure, and she'll give you like a little like a half mug of
That's fine, yeah.
of broy. She seems fond of you, so she does that for you, and then she winks at you and says, "The next one will cost you." And with that, also she doesn't seem to have any qualms with giving alcohol to children. So
No, she just gave alcohol to like what looks like a 5-year-old.
yeah, but there's fucking no rules here in ROM, so she's just hoping you'll get addicted to it.
Yep.
And with that,
Jesus.
you guys can interact a bit. I think this is a good moment to like do some
Yeah, I'm gonna like
party building.
head in and try and find a place to have a seat with my cup. I mean, I assumed I made it like into here before he came up to me anyway, but
Yeah. Oh, and at 7 we're gonna take like a 10-minute break or something.
Sure. Have any of us seen halflings before?
I think especially not. Well, okay, you've been around for a year, right?
Because I don't want to be like, there's
just
like a
roll-
5-year-old in the
Yeah,
tavern.
just roll a straight d20, and it's gonna be more of like the odds of, and high is high odds. So Yeah, you once saw a halfling before Jenny, like once. So you're like, oh, that's like I think I've seen one of these before, but that's only if Rona's hood doesn't betray her.
Gotcha.
Because she does have the hood up. So I'd probably at that point do like a deception or something versus a perception. Because you're like really looking. And then the Alec and Nadia, yep, you haven't seen halflings. And Ostos, you've read about them.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you've read about halflings and their nature, down to the fact that they were. In fact, you can, since you know a little bit more, go ahead and roll a history on top of this. This will determine if you know some stuff about halflings in general. Okay. Well, you know it's a half. Or at least you will know if you see past the hood.
Right.
Until she sits right next to you, I think we're gonna go with that she looks like a child for now.
So,
There's your
knights-
dinosaur.
The
With a
knight's house
pretty-
are quite beautiful.
I'm sorry. What?
The house of people that we were just
Talking to?
the rest
Yes.
of you were speaking to, they are quite rude now. They do things their own way. And definitely good you didn't get their bad side.
Yeah. No, I think. They kind of look like jerks, but that's none of my business. So I don't give a damn. I would say so. Thing is, they were harassing you too, and I'm afraid I have to say this without being racist or something. But what the hell are you two? I mean, I'm respecting you right now because you're drinking with us, but I was expecting more drinks because I was doing that. So don't judge me, please.
I think he said they were lizards. You're both lizards, yes?
Oh god.
Oh shit, that was awful. Nice.
So Nadia's face kind of drops. Well, we're Dre.
Oh, that was the name. I was trying to
She
remember.
kind of snorts.
Oh, okay. Don't give me that look. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to offend or anything like those gentlemen were trying to do. So you're here. You're fine. You're having a drink. Isn't that enough?
They'll soon get what's coming to them.
Oh, that's
And
fine.
She kind of
Nadia-
grins.
Nadia, this has got to be probably one of the most friendly Templar you've ever met, because most Templar would either never look at you or look at you sideways.
Yeah, she's gonna comment about that. So
Yeah.
you're not like others of your kind.
Oh, yes.
Y'all are generally asses.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all because most of them are kind of asses to me as well. You see, they don't like elves wearing this tabard, and yeah, I'm one of those. I'm special, quotation. Some would say that I'm even unique, but nonetheless, they choose us by beauty, and I am honored in that at some point, I would say. Do I see the children like walking the tavern with a mug? I'm just like,
Yeah, you see it.
just, okay. I'm just gonna go like,
So
uh,
speaking of me, are there any like unattended cups that look empty? around?
Okay, so it's a full house in here.
Uh-huh.
But at the bar itself, there's probably some like glasses that have been piled up. That like from previous patrons.
Yeah. I just wanted like an empty cup. I'm not gonna steal anyone's drink, just an empty cup.
Yeah, there's empty cups about. It's all I'm saying is they're in front of people, but yeah, there's plenty of empty cups around.
Okay, can I just snag an empty cup?
Sure. Let me just see the mentality of the person you.
Well, so I was going to use my Actually, I guess I don't necessarily even need an empty cup. I'm gonna hide my cup behind me, and I'm gonna go up to the nobles, and I'm gonna use my grovel feature, and I'm gonna ask for something to drink.
Okay. What is that? I forget how that entails. Go ahead and link that to me.
So, yeah. I'm not even asking for like money. I'm just asking for something to drink, which is, I guess, probably like just as bad here, because what with drinking being like water being rare and stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah. Nope.
she's
I'm
just
on
gonna
board. So what the noble does as you're groveling and asking for please sir, can I have some more? You he looks at you with a sort of like mixture of, I would call it pity, but just a hint of disgust. And he looks at the other noble and says, "See what we have here? It's a common sight in the lower districts. Go ahead and give a persuasion. Let's and I'm gonna
Oh,
give you
that's gonna be
advantage.
terrible.
I'm gonna give you advantage though for having grovel.
Okay, let me toggle advantage on. Good
18.
thing I had advantage.
And so he says, "Go get yourself a meal, little girl," and shows you a bit. Now you've been here long enough to know a bit gets you a meal if you don't mind eating grain.
Sweet. I'm gonna go up to the tavern keeper and give her the bit and say that the nobles are buying me food and drink.
She says, "Oh, well, how nice of them," and goes to the back and fetches a sort of like porridge. It's not particularly delightful, although I feel mixed about this because I figure you would probably really prefer meat, but you're probably also used to really scraping by. So
Yeah,
you can tell me how you feel about the old porridge, but that's what you're given, and that will feed you and have your drink for the day, so you don't have to.
Sweet.
You've essentially had your rations for the day.
Great. In that case, I'm just gonna kind of wander around with my bowl and my cup, and I'll probably make my way over to the table and like sit here-ish.
Yeah, that's pretty
Just
much the only empty seat.
Climb
now.
myself up onto the seat and plop my cup and bowl down and
Hey, hello, little one. You can feel yourself comfortable. I would say there's no other place in the tavern. So, is that a drink you're holding? And just like Alec is just gonna look like astonished by it, like, what's a kid doing with the drink?
she's just gonna like grunt affirmatively, like, and like start eating her food.
That's so adorable.
She's kind of cute. Feel a little more
She's
comfortable now.
she's not a child.
I'm sorry.
So
what?
to see through her veil, I'm gonna need a perception to. Because I feel like with a hood on, a halfling is.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, I thought you took the hood off. Never mind. I never said that.
No. I still got my hood up.
Yeah, but feel free, anybody who's close to her, to roll a perception. If you're taking a good look at her. Or actually, I think it flirts with investigation actually.
So, atmosphere question, DM. How bright is it?
It does have torches inside. The area has basically made of like sandstone, and there are some windows about that also let the kind of ambient light of other torches outside in. So I would say it's fairly well lit.
Okay. Hey.
Got it.
I'm gonna switch the music up. Now a man with a sitar is playing.
Assel's totally convinced this kid, and it's not gonna look any deeper into this at all.
Do I see if she's a halfling or no? With the 12.
Let's see the roll. A 12. Let's make it opposed. Rona, go ahead and give me like a deception or something.
Oh, this will be horrible. Okay. Yeah, I have a -1 to
Nice.
charisma check, so.
So Alec starts taking a really good look at you, and you kind of maybe turn your head a little bit, but he's seen your face, and you have some more mature features to your face than a child's would let on.
I'm sorry. I was gonna be a jerk and just ask like, this is off the table. I was gonna be a jerk and just ask, is that a mustache? I won't.
This is my beer.
Jesus. Okay, go ahead. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. So, Alec, you're the only one who's noticed it.
Never mind that question. I'm so sorry for bothering you. Did you work here?
She's just gonna like shuck a thumb over her shoulder back towards the fireplace, where the half giant hung the banner, and be like, "I made that."
Oh, that's actually really pretty. You have a talent for it. A knack, some would say.
Such an excellent little art class you go to.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
Yet you are here groveling to nobles. Why is that if you're working honestly? I had to ask. I'm so sorry.
They look like they have coin to spare. Why buy it myself when I can get it from them?
Oh, that's really smart talking about it. Can we have another pinch looking at the two drays? Like, I mean, your guys were not expelled from this place because of me, so please.
Have another one?
I turned to the two drays on the table, one of them, and just asked like, may we have another, like, drink because, well, you're coming here because of me, so would be kind.
You can have mine. I'm not having it, and I'll slide my full brew, whatever it
Thank
is,
you very
over to
much.
him.
Did you buy Broy at this point?
I was gonna see if I could swipe some from somebody.
Well, my
Uh,
plan was that we were gonna start a tab, and then we were just gonna walk out later. So we would have started a tab if we could.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's better.
So you say. Sorry, go ahead.
If I've been sitting down for a bit, I don't have anything. How about if he doesn't want the whole picture, you're more than free to have some. Get this cup, but
Oh,
what's in it?
So-
I'm probably only going to nurse
Yeah.
at best.
Yeah, the pitcher's
I'm-
probably enough for about 4 drinks.
so I'm the only one here drinking. Very terrible. You guys are no fun.
And if you drink the whole pitcher, I will have you do a start
No, I won't.
making
I won't.
Constitution saving
I was
throws.
just asking because I was thinking they were drinking as well, but if I'm
I
drinking
do
alone,
want to
so-
drink. So
Okay, so you,
Yeah.
you take from the pitcher. Okay, I just was just tracking who was taking what. And this broy is it has a sweetness to it, but then a very bitter aftertaste afterwards. Some might really like this. To others, it might be very strong. But that's up to how you want to play your character and how they take that sort of thing.
Well, I had better, but this would do. Like, for the price, right? Even when it's cheaper, or like you're paying nothing about it, and I just give a wink to Astus, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Don't worry, we get your job done. Don't you worry, I got you. You won't die here. I can see your face. You're scared shitless here. Don't worry.
This poor
No.
guy is just like held prisoner.
Beastie's just gonna pat him and be like, "Don't worry, there are worse things than dying here."
You feel like a bit, you definitely feel like a bit of a blink as you pat him. He's definitely never seen a Dre before. You nervous smile towards you too.
Well,
Oh.
no.
That
Now
was
you're
Beastie,
drinking.
the child.
Oh, that's even more terrifying. You're being super way more sure. Look at very confused. Oh, I look back towards Alec. I don't like this quarter very much.
Oh,
So is
I-
this Athos's character
Ostos, yes.
or Astos? So Nadia is just going to prop her elbow on your shoulder.
Board. Just kind of just supporting it, not moving.
He's like, ah.
I don't move, they won't see me.
And then she turns to you and just like flicks her tongue out. Like just teasingly, just playing into it.
Alec at this point just look at him like, oh, the poor thing. He's gonna outthink. Jesus.
Shift my drink towards her. Drink? Yeah?
This is already the best.
How well would I be acquainted with like the wait staff?
You've only been here for a couple weeks, so you might know their name, but haven't had
And the
like many
half
interactions.
giant?
And then the half giant, his name is Dogush.
Okay.
So, are you guys saying that?
And the barkeep, her name is Metri.
Okay. I was just gonna say, I kind of wanted to like climb on the table and wave at like Golgish to come over.
And he kind of stomps over and goes like, "Need something?"
Can I like hold my arms up so he'll pick me up, and I want to get up on his shoulder
Sure.
and go over and fiddle with my banner for a minute.
Okay. And so you give the the universal sign
Like
for pick me up
toddler up.
sign. Yeah. And he goes, ooh, and like there's just a little bit of a smile on his face as he sees it, and he goes to, without hesitation, pick you up, and kind of like picks you up and down a few times before finally letting you on the shoulder, and you point him over to the tapestry.
Yes.
And he looks over it and goes, "It's pretty."
Thanks, Golgish. I wanna fiddle with it real quick.
Okay. What do you do?
I wanted to take out my weaver's tools, which I guess I should have checked this beforehand. I assumed weaver's tools would also include a needle and thread.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I wanted to go over and just quickly dart in like the name of the tavern to the top of it now that I've seen like where they hung it.
Gotcha. So you weave in the bronze Jakar.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to be literate to do this.
Is there a sign outside that would have shown like the lettering?
It is a wood carving, the same sort of symbol.
Oh, it's
they're-
just
they're
a
going-
symbol.
they're- but that one's only a silhouette of the Jakar, whereas yours actually has more details and pictures. But yeah, there's there's no.
Oh, there's
It's
so
not
there's.
like the
I
patrons
thought
could
maybe
read
there
it.
was like. That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Probably the noblemen and Ostos are the only ones who can read in that entire building.
That's true. I assumed there would be like a sign outside with words that she could just like copy, you know, like
Yeah, no words, just the silhouette of a Jakar with a like
Okay.
sort of maybe a pouring ale or something like that. It's always like in this place, nobody bothers writing words on signs because nobody can read anyways. So they
that's
put
true.
they put,
This
some,
is like
they put symbols.
lower areas. There's probably like words in the fancier taverns.
Yeah, in the Coins District or maybe the Templar District, you might see more signs. Even then, like the average person may still not know how to read, but yeah, it could be for the upper class.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna just like stitch in some extra details, and then ask Golgish to take me over to the nobles
Okay.
again.
And he walks you over and says, "Don't." It sounds like he's actually reciting it like he's been told this a lot. He says, "Don't disturb the patrons."
Okay, Golgi.
But he still walks you over to them. Like the guards are kind of looking at this big thing, like almost a little bit intimidated by him, but holding their ground.
That's cool. He can put me down, and I'll like pat him on the shoulder. Thanks, Golgi, and he can put me down.
and you bet the nobles are seeing this, and you just hear one of them whisper where is her mother? But
Did I
otherwise,
hear him whisper that?
it is a perception DC 20 standard for hearing whispers. Go ahead and try it.
Interesting.
Good point. Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
Jesus.
Hell yes, you do it. So
God.
you hear him whisper, "Where is her mother?"
In that case, I'm gonna, as he like sets me down, I'm gonna turn to them and I'm gonna go, well, gone. I make those, and point up to my tapestry that I just modified a little, and then I'm going to, I guess I don't really have like a business card, but I'm gonna tell them if they need any work done, the tavern owner or the the barkeep can get a hold of me, and to please keep me in mind.
Okay, and like you're like rolling through this like a businesswoman, but you know
Yeah,
this
pretty
kind of
much.
language, and they are just like staring at you like you are an alien to them, up until you finish, and he goes, "Very well. If you're out and about in this tavern often, perhaps House Langston could use these fairly quaint tapestries."
Well, you know, for your slaves, maybe for clothing, you don't want them looking raggedy and crappy like every other slave.
Do a persuasion with advantage because you're appealing to their narcissism.
Excellent. Whoops, I think I just did that. Yeah. That was a performance.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
you will succeed, but just a reminder to everybody that criticals don't guarantee success on skill checks.
Yeah,
but
no, it's
you will still get this. And so he says, "You're right. Cheap labor is hard to come by these days. We'll send a servant to perhaps talk later about a business deal. You understand it's a bit beneath us."
Oh, obviously, but you're here now and you can see the quality of my work. So,
Of course. We'll send a servant to say on the morrow.
sounds good.
And with that, they they turn back to their drink.
Excellent. I'm kind of just hoping to get them distracted and thinking about other things, mostly, and not about the weird people that are around them.
Well, they've certainly been distracted today. That's for sure. Any other interactions between the party?
There's a lot of them.
I'm not reading because it's I have a lot to keep up with as it is.
Oh yeah.
But let me know if there's something that you've been writing that I need to address.
Well,
And
we're
also-
basically talking. So we've been talking in Draconic,
Okay.
and then Astos replied in Draconic, and I was like,
Oh, no.
shit, in Common.
That's fucking.
And then we
And-
switched
and
back.
Nadia's just
yeah.
playing off of his fears.
Oh,
And
so,
then-
like super shady, like, oh yeah. Well,
And then I was
they-
like, of
they can't
course,
not
like,
sit through, like,
yeah.
Take him outside. I'm like, oh god.
yeah.
what?
And then of
Nadia's-
course, and then I
Nadia's just
said,
being like sorry, go ahead.
no, go
Okay.
ahead.
I was just saying, Nadia's being a fucking succubus over here, apparently.
Yeah.
Here,
Looking
I'm just
at
trying
this-
to be nice, and I'm like, of course, if we like murder him together and rob him, then we all get a bunch of the gold. Like, we're not gonna
What?
cut you out of it.
While you three are just like talking and plotting murder and stuff,
In
Alex
Draconic.
just, like, nodding and drinking, just yeah, and people, that he's getting none of that. He doesn't
Okay.
understand a shit.
I was about to say, do all you fucking people know?
The worst part that's really freaking my character. I haven't said who him is, and so you're just talking about murdering someone, and so he doesn't know if you're talking about him.
Oh, I said
Without-
the
without
noble.
context. And not. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I said the noble, and I looked
Without
to him.
context, it would look terrible. Okay. got
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So it is apparent to you, Helio, that
Okay.
eventually you figure out like, oh, it's not me.
Also, Athos did ask what Nadia did best, and she just muttered the word kill.
Oh yeah. Yep,
There you go.
that.
That
Have it.
helps.
Okay.
Look towards
Alright.
Alec. Having a good time.
Oh yes, the
Oops.
drink is fantastic. I just to be clear, I don't know what they are talking about because I don't speak that thing. But you're doing fine. You're not gonna die here. Don't worry, I got you.
The barmaid, the barmaid comes back over and she says, "Will you be having any meals, or perhaps another pitcher of broy?"
I would like. What kind of meal do you have here, if you may?
And she quickly looks at her tablet. Just one second. So she says, "We have porridge, but of course, for one of your stature, we have erdlu leg as well. And if you're really looking for something delightful, we have erdlu legs marinated in kankna."
I don't
Oh,
think
BC's
I'll have.
gonna just like drool.
Does that serve like everyone here in the table? I would say.
It's one meal piece.
And how much is that
For which one?
for the latest, the last one?
Oh, that's an iron.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
The
she
second
just started drooling at the second one. Yeah.
The
Just
second one.
The mention of meat got her drooling.
Yeah.
Same.
The second one. How much?
Oh, the erdlu leg. That's 5 bits.
I'm gonna have look at everyone else on the table. I'm gonna have 5 of those.
5. Okay, that'll be 25 bits.
And
Each.
I'll pay her 25 bits.
She says for the little girl, it will only be 2.
I do
No,
think.
no. She's just gonna growl at that. No.
She wants the whole. She wants a
She wants the
man-sized meal.
whole leg.
She says, "Very well, 25 bits then."
I'm gonna tug on her like apron a little and be like, "Don't cook mine all the way." Just like fake whispering that.
She looks at you in a slightly mortified manner, and says, "Oh, okay. Are you sure you don't want just a little sear on the outside?"
A little seared, yeah. Not cooked all the way through.
Okay. We could do that for you.
Just make things clear here. Like I had 20 gold, 20 irons,
No,
And
no,
that
no.
would cost
25 bits is 25 silver.
5 silver. Okay,
Yeah.
but
So you're
10
good. So
silver would
two
be
gold
1
and
gold.
5 silver, like would be
2
exact-
gold and 1. Okay, 2 gold and 5 silver. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. So the 25 silver is the official cost.
so I have 5 silver now. Okay, that's right. Okay.
So you
Okay.
should have what,
You
like
see
17 and
this?
5?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying he should have 17 gold and 5 silver now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it right now.
Yeah, you
Thank
should still have the majority of it, or I should say iron. We're gonna eventually not say silver and iron or silver and gold anymore and say it's an iron.
Right.
But so you see the Templar pull out some. He goes into big spending mode. Throws out 25 bits, and orders for everybody. Just so you
You're a
know, I
fun
mean,
bunch.
the average person might
Ooh.
work a whole day just to get like 6 bits, if even that.
You're all a fun bunch. I would say that we deserve this for a special occasion, right? Right? Aren't we all starving here? And you, and I point to Estes. Stop you worrying a bit. Let's have like dinner. Just don't die over it, please.
Yeah. That's great.
Alright, that's perfect. You too. Stay calm, please. I don't know what you're plotting. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're thinking, but please, just please, let's refrain ourselves to be like in this table and eat. Alright? I'm feeling way more comfortable than I should these days. So yeah.
Yes, you are right. We should eat first and then plan later.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
And Alec, I did respond to you in character, by the way.
All right. All right. It's perfect.
I'm just starting to read these, and I'm like,
Should we just go back and like read them all in character? We could.
I mean, I would love to.
yeah, I actually
Go ahead.
I do want to read these. Like,
Sure.
do we want narrator voice, or do you want to do it?
Oh, I want to do it.
Yeah, I want to do it too.
Have
Yeah.
at it. Start from the top if you want.
Where was the top?
It's right after the deception
Right.
from Beastie.
Is it?
I have
Yeah.
an idea, Nadia.
Yeah, it is. I have an idea.
The first thing I say is, should we rob him, Nadia? And I nod to the noble over there.
Wait. I need to find it.
Yeah, it's a bit higher up. It's the colored message.
It's right after you said that by everything in me, I want to stab this jerk.
Oh shit. Oh my god, we've done a lot of talking. Okay.
Oh, so it was like 3 above the deception.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's do
so-
it though.
So Nadia kind of looks over to Genevieve, and she responds back in Draconic. I knew there's something more.
I have an idea, Nadia, but you might not like it.
She tilts her head some. What's this idea? She says in Draconic.
Well, lead him away from the guards and, you know. She smirks. Do what you do best.
A teethy grin pulls across Nadia's face. As she then nods, Nadia would be happy to.
Interconic. What do you do best, Nadia?
Jenny, like, goes wide-eyed. Shit, she says in common.
Nadia is still smiling. She looks deeply into Athos's eyes and says in Draconic, kill. In a really eerie tone.
Aslos will just look away, staring at the wall, and just drink for the first time since he's been there.
Nadia extends a talon to Athos's nose. Are you afraid? She says teasingly before flicking her tongue at
And then Jenny looks to Astos and says, "Of course we share. You not tell anyone. Barter."
You bastards.
No. Definitely not. No.
And then I started watching The Noble.
That's
just
whenever
seeing,
Alec came in.
just seeing everything that's going on. Alec doesn't understand the shit of the Draconic, but he's just like, "Oh, ladies, please don't you steal him! Don't you dare steal him from me! I have a duty to turn him in, to kill him in one piece, if you may."
Nadia is still wearing her playful smirk, says in Draconic. Then we shall get along just fine, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Yeah. Fast, friends. Fast.
Nadia's eyes kind of wander over to Alec. Her sharp teeth poking out playfully, giving a smile. Oh, that's so sad. This one's fun to play with. She says in common.
He's funny the way he panics.
At this point,
I think-
the food is going to come out. I know there's a tiny bit more, but the food comes out, and has anybody not had food or drink at this point?
I haven't had the one drink.
Okay, so you will still be thirsty or need to drink at some point today to get your water rations. So,
Jenny hasn't been drinking at all.
gotcha. So same for you as well.
I guess she'll have some of the, what's it called?
Roy.
The broy. I guess she'll have some of it, but she'll like sip it really gingerly.
Okie dokie. And
Yeah,
so
same for Nadia.
gotcha. And I think that probably finishes it drink wise. Because I think between the four of you, you've each had one good mug of it, so that'll cover your say water needs and your food needs, thanks to Alec. Sorry. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I think
that's
at
about
this
it.
point, Alec would just like stick to his meal.
Okay. So at this point, as you're eating and drinking together, two dwarves walk in, and I swear this is not the opening to Mines of Foundelver.
Hey,
Um,
Sildar's a human, so.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
One dwarf and a human. Walking.
No, it's
Dwarves-
it's
dwarves
just a
walking
bad
the
joke.
So two dwarves arrive into the tavern, covered in silt and soot. Their work clothes bear the damage from heavy and sustained labor. They walk in and inspect the people inside the tavern, including yourselves, as though they were prospecting you for wealth.
I'm sorry, they are what?
I never know.
Two dwarves. Dwarf.
What did they do whenever they arrived? I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. They inspected people inside the tavern as though they were prospecting you for wealth.
Beastie's just gonna like hiss at them crudely, like a hissing growl.
Jenny's just hiding her head. Like, you know,
Okay.
the whole like puts her arm up like, nope, I'm gonna look over here.
They
Uh,
they disappear for a couple minutes behind the bar.
Kind of
behind the bar.
Well, it's more of a line of sight thing. I should not say behind the bar, but at the
Okay.
as if they're ordering something.
I would
Kind of
just.
poke Beastie and be like, I don't know if your parents didn't tell you, but people don't generally like you hissing at them.
I'm just gonna look at him like he's really, really dumb, and just go, I know. That's why I do it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like this,
Um,
like, no shit, Sherlock look on her face.
Does she's like looking at me? I'm assuming she's looking at me talking back. Can I like perceive this now that she's a halfling? Especially with a murder talk too.
Yeah, I mean, she's talking pretty advanced for for a child, and since you know about halflings, it's probably fair to say, yeah, okay, this is a halfling.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably dawning on you that she's not a child.
Do I
Oh.
recognize those dwarfs as like some suspect of something, or any kind of crime that I see on the region, or
Yeah, roll a. Let's just do an intelligence check, like if memory serves, kind of thing.
okay, let's check. I do have some intelligence.
Oh, some.
Oh, that's good.
What you're confident of is actually that they don't look like they're from around here.
Hmm.
Odd. Just odd. I look at the halfling and just say, have you sensed it too, little one? They look
Cut out for
weird.
me. What was that?
Have you sensed it too, little one? They look weird.
They look like they wanted to rob us.
Yeah. I don't quite look fond of it.
And I'll just stand up and start walking towards the bar just to check.
I mean, you don't have to go. I mean, you can stay over here. They're not causing any trouble for us.
Don't you worry, don't you worry.
He's
If
like, my
anything else,
protection.
Yeah.
if anything else bad happens, I'll just bring another drink. Don't you worry. And just
Plus-
one step forward and look at the balcony.
It's fine. I can
Plus-
heal you back from the death.
Plus,
Yeah.
don't worry, we'll look after you.
Oh, no.
See, you're in good hands.
That's somewhat reassuring.
So while he's doing that, can I like take half of my food and just like secretly put it away in my bag for later?
Sure. Yeah. You'll need to eat all of it to feel full, but you
Oh,
can.
okay. Damn it.
Oh, did we get the legs by
Yeah.
now?
So yeah, she brought barmaid brought him in, and even though you are a hungry little halfling, you have been essentially brought 2 days worth of rations for you.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm just gonna like completely abandon the gruel that I kind of took a few bites out of before I got distracted, and start ripping into the meaty leg and eating as much as I can.
Okay, and you managed to scarf down a pretty sizable amount, but there's still enough to eat like tomorrow and be full.
Great.
So you can write down half an Erdlu leg, which is effectively 1 ration. Well, for you, anyways.
Excellent.
So, do I see
When
something
I say
odd?
Erdlu leg, it's more like the foot up to the ankle, because Erdlu are big.
No shit.
They're like
Giant
like,
chicken feet.
yeah, they're like ostriches.
Giant chicken feet.
Yeah, basically. It's a delicacy here.
Oh God.
It's basically Vietnam up in here.
So you see me
Sorry.
like shoving like a huge chicken leg into my backpack?
You basically you're like cutting the meat away, and let's say
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be weird about it.
I'm like wrapping it up and thinking I'm hiding away, and then I just look up and everyone's watching me.
I would do the same, but I would have gnawed on mine a little bit more.
Gotcha. And y'all have like a little like Erdlu foot bone, if that matters for you.
Excellent. Yes.
Alec, were you doing something getting up?
Yeah, I was like heading towards the balcony of the bar, just like after passing the noble's table, just like stare at those dwarfs like intently,
Mm-hmm.
making like at least a posture of a Templar, dignity of the Templar, just like, I'm here and I'm watching this.
Okay. And you can see that they ordered food and drink just now. They're turning over, and they see you, and they sort of give you a nod, and they look over to the bar keep and say, you know, where's a free seat in the house? And she points to the back near you guys, and says that they're gonna have to squeeze. And so they go, all right, and they come over here and start squeezing in to this area. I got 2 of them in there.
If you it's a little more difficult since I don't have like full editing privileges, but if you right click, you should be able to click like one is drawing, and then you can move them and they won't snap into the grids. That should make it a lot easier for you to move things around.
Advance.
You can also hold Alt as you click on the token and move it around.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
saying that while I
Oh,
was
that's-
muted.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
More
perfect.
you
So-
know. Nice.
Jenny's
they-
just gonna move as far away as she can from them, like almost sliding off the bench, like.
They
just gonna sit
say,
over here.
coming in, passing through, and put their stuff on the table. But when they sit down and at the group and get a good look at you, they look at each other like they're having a moment, like they're saying something to each other without having to say anything. And then they look back at the rest of you, and they say, "Hi, I'm Norbus, and this is my business partner, Dazlo."
Yes.
Note taking.
Nice to meet you. I'm Astos.
Can I? It's gonna be. Can I insight check them? For
Like for general demeanor, like
Yeah, I wanted to.
Well,
too.
also
Yeah.
for their like the way they looked at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of.
Go ahead. Yeah, roll an insight. on it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Awesome.
I will also be trying to determine the sketchiness of everybody. So yes.
That is great.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a message.
Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy. We're all gonna die.
God.
Dang, Beastie's got some insight.
It's probably because Astos knows how to like actually read and stuff. Wait, does the Templar dude know how to read?
No.
Oh, Damn it! I would think Templars would know how to read, like you have like
Nope,
Bibles or
only
something.
only the higher ones.
Oh,
Only my boss.
Jesus! Gotta kill
Yeah,
your
okay.
boss then.
Illiteracy runs deep in this game.
Jesus.
You'll see Astos kind of relax a little bit. A smidgen. Especially if,
Sorry, I'm having a moment where I'm like, I need to read my ancient text to cast a spell, but I don't know how to read. Wah 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 wah.
Fortunately, if you're a wizard, you automatically get lit.
Gotcha.
So that isn't an issue.
so is it Nadia that has her arm around me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you'll feel me relax a little bit, like, after they kind of sat down and spoke a little bit, like...
Oh,
it's-
look
it's, nice to meet you too, she's decent enough.
She kind of pets your arm.
And stepping
You're
back.
good, buddy.
and the one that described himself as Norbus goes, or actually Daslo. No, Norbus. He goes, yes, nice to meet you. We're from out of town and just trying to get some rest and perhaps some. Well, and he kind of looks along the lot of you and goes, well, looking for mercenaries. To be honest.
Do need kill. Nadia says.
Or to steal.
He kind of looks at you
Or
like,
to steal.
no, not to steal.
No, she said kill.
I said steal.
Perhaps
Oh,
to
oh,
kill.
Sorry, there's something on my mind.
I mean, I don't rightly know if killing or stealing is necessary. But
What do you need help with? Just tell me. I think I can help you.
okay,
Right?
okay. So we're prospectors and business partners, as we told you before. But we're searching for folk that who are discreet and aren't afraid of danger. Would that be you?
Nadia
It
kind of
depends.
flexes.
I'm going to take that as a yes. So, we were mining the mountains to the north for iron. Well, no iron yet, but we found some ruins. And well, it took us months to uncover. We've put quite a little time into this, but now we're thinking that there's something in there. And we need some sturdy folk to make sure it's safe, because, well, my friend here, Daslo, thinks he heard something, and I ain't about to risk it. So, if you do this for us, well, we'd pay some with some of the iron from our last job.
Oh.
You know, if you went in there and made sure it was safe for us, we'd be willing to pay up to like 150 coin.
I'm sorry. Out of character, are you sure you're not reading from the Lost Minds of Phandelver book right now?
I am 100% sure.
Okay.
This is I think it's.
Wizards
Dragon
Coast
Spire.
might need to talk to Dark Sun about some plagiarism, I'm just saying. We need to
I think
figure
this
out which
one's,
one came out first.
I think this one's Dragonspire Peak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds really
BC
funny.
is gonna look up at them and ask what kind of noises.
Well, go ahead and tell him, Daslo. And Daslo looks at a lot of you and makes a very dramatic.
Just,
Is that it?
And Norbus says, I don't think he's very good at impressions.
Did you see? Sorry, now I'm starting to sound like that. Them, goddammit.
Did you see what he's going
did
for?
you see?
Did you see what it looked like?
No, just the noise.
Um,
That's enough for us. We're not fighters.
Following that noise that you just moaned about, I think you have in your ruins a bunch of dwarves with diarrhea, so that would be a fine job to do.
Okay, well, we had to uncover this, with quite a bit of stone, so I'm pretty sure there's no one living in there. But perhaps there is another dwarf inside,
Uh-huh.
who is just really, really hungry.
Ooh.
What,
Can I
what
like
kind of-
nature check to see if I recognize that?
The dwarf
I
moaning
can
sound.
place the noise. Yeah.
Go ahead and do nature with disadvantage because Dazlo did a piss poor job of this.
Yeah.
Can I do the same? I don't know if
Sure.
I'd be helpful.
I mean, I still got it. Not bad.
Yeah. If it
No
sounds,
idea. Oh, would it be also with disadvantage?
Yes, yeah, it would be a disadvantage.
Absolutely no idea.
Piss
And-
poor impression.
for the sake
Nadia
of,
would have looked at the others, or at the two men, and she would have said, "I am all in," and she would have pretty much like slammed her arms on, or her hands on the table.
Okay.
there's-
So you don't
there's-
even care, but let me address the nature checks here. So we have 2 disadvantaged nature checks that are still at least 12. So Beastie, Ostos, the 2 of you feel like this dwarf is not making so much of a beast impression, so much as like something with a pair of like humanoid vocals do.
Hmm.
Would that sound anything similar to GIF-esque?
That's a far stretch. Like
Okay.
that's the most you can get out of it is that
I have no idea what they like kind of. turned
that it
into,
might be
so-
it might be like something humanoid.
It might be a potato rolling off.
Like what did these runes look like? Like was there any hieroglyphics? Was there anything written down there? You see like kind of like a complete lack of concern now over Astos. It's like what was the architecture? What pots do you find? Just kind of like drilling the point.
And Dazlo speaks up at this point and says, "I think they were dwarven ruins. Yeah, I saw some runes on there, like the real old types.
Oh,
Sorry,
Yeah,
Never
really.
seen them, but I know them when I see them."
All right. I think it's only fair to say this. Oh, I can contact Templars to do so, but that would take a lot of time. So, at this point, Alec turned to everyone else on the table, just like,
Can you hold that thought?
yes,
Because
yeah, break time.
Y'all alerted me that it's break time, so let's do that break time.
All right.
'Kay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So like 10 minutes,
Sure.
sounds good.
Potato.
and
Right
I'll
back.
be back too. to them yet. In fact, it was Alec that I think had something to say.
I totally forgot it.
Excellent. Okay, so the
Exchange
last
of
thing
money?
it said, the last thing it was said that is that they were willing to pay 150 iron for this job to get done.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. So, I would say that you could take this problem to Templars, and they would try to solve it, but it would take like several weeks. Or, well, I'm not out of confidence in my own skill. I just want to make sure that I don't find like anything savage that could rip my beautiful face apart. So, would you guys mind tagging along for this? I mean, we can split the share, the, the, the iron. So I would be fine with 30.
Well, we can. I mean, we can show you the way, but we're not fighters. We're
No,
miners.
no, no. I'm not talking about you two. I'm talking with my friends over here. on
Oh
the table.
shit. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. No. Don't mind. I just. So.
Above the table question, what did they use to mine as
Probably like flint pickaxes or like hammer and chisel kind of thing.
okay.
But it can't be metal.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
They they specifically might have like a single metal python, because they are iron like miners, so they've gotten a hold of some.
okay.
So it's not like out of the question of having like maybe like a big old wooden or stone hammer.
I mean,
and, like,
should we talk about it in front of them?
Oh no, I meant like
that was an over
if
the
they
table.
had- Yeah, that
question.
was an over the table question.
Oh.
Just I was just curious, like
Oh,
how
okay.
the hell they're mining iron out of some sort of deep mine
Okay.
with like a wooden pick or something. But I guess flint they'd have to go through a lot of stone pickaxes.
Yeah, I mean
But that
it's
would work.
it's tough going. It's definitely not like, but it's basically like mining gold when you're mining iron. Like it's worth it in the end.
Well, I'd be quite interested in seeing some ruins, and I've got some potions that will help, some alchemical flasks in case we see something unsavory.
That's fancy. And you're still worried about walking here in the Low district, right?
Oh well,
How's
people
that?
people like dodge when you throw things at them, so yeah.
Yes, yeah. Sure. I'll believe in you. Don't you worry, kid. Talking about it, how old are you?
Oh, I mean, maybe about like 30.
I'm calling you a kid, but you're older than me. Okay, so I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we got a job to do.
Nadia's just gonna lean in and look toward these guys,
Mhm.
and she's just going to say, "Can you pay us half now, and then the other half later, per se?"
And Norbus kind of scratches his head in thought and goes, "Oh, I don't know. I mean, it'd be an awful lot to lose if you die in there and don't get the job done."
I have very much belief that we will get it.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion.
Alright.
Can I like give her advantage on that? Well, I guess she probably might not need it. I was gonna
no.
say I was just gonna mention to them like, if we die down there, you're just gonna have to send other people in there anyway. So you can always just tell them, and your first half of payment is on the corpses of the last people we sent in.
This dwarf's looking at this child describing about how coin can be picked off a corpse and in general just like trading practice. But go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll, Nadia, another persuasion. This will be the advantage that
Natural
the,
20.
the halfling gives. Just in case it's even higher.
So at advantage, you said?
So one more time.
Oh, okay.
So the advantage is we'll look at the roll you just did and the new.
Oh.
I mean,
So
I
then-
like the 18 better.
Yeah, we certainly do. I'm not saying places. I just mean this is how we'll do advantage if we already did one roll. Okay. And so with the 18, so he keeps scratching his head a little bit and goes, I suppose if that seals the deal for you.
It most definitely does.
And they kind of look around the tavern, like not wanting to display the money. So obviously, and so he like kind of does it under, like kind of under his lap, or not like around his lap, I mean, and kind of off to the side to the left, and pulls out 75 iron coins, and like sort of like looks at a lot of you and says like, are you all together?
We are.
Yes.
Looks like it.
And so he pouches it and puts it in the middle of the table and says, feel free to count.
Beastie's gonna climb up on the table and sit, and like her back to the rest of the tavern so that she's blocking the view
Mhm.
of the pouch, so that it can be like looked at by everyone.
Okay. So you're just making yourself a wall.
Yep, I'm just
Um,
climbing up there, plopping down. I mean, I feel like the tavern people aren't gonna be too surprised by that because she looks like a child and kids climb on
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it's
So,
not.
They're just gonna
I
be
mean,
like, okay.
it may not even be the rowdiest thing that's happening in the.
Exactly. Like she's just gonna climb up there and like plop down and drink some of her drinks.
Okay. And yeah, you're not hassled for it, and yeah, you count it up and it's the full 75. So each person would get 15 iron, which is the equivalent of 15 gold.
Already added. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna add that really quick.
Okay.
I have meme for this shit.
Look at y'all, and now you don't have to worry about you talked your way into not having to worry about food and drink for a little while.
You said iron? Or no?
Iron, yeah.
Which
So
is
this
gold.
15 iron, which is the equivalent of gold.
The fourth one
Okay.
down.
So you just give yourself 15 gold pieces. I mean, I wish I could customize it in the sheets, but
Yeah, me too.
It's too bad you can't.
But I just put 15 iron, so that's good.
And the dwarves say, "So we'll follow behind you or meet there."
I,
How many days travel is it from here? Prepare ration-wise, you know.
Well, it's not far to the north, but since it's off the roads, it may take a couple days much. Have you a map?
No.
I not know. yet. We
no.
gotta prepare a bit. Just like I suggest that you would guide us, but I think we need to prepare for this, right? I mean, would be safer.
They look at each other and they say, "Yeah, I suppose we could lead you the way."
That was works just fine.
Let's just like, if it's a day more than a day walk, we should get some rations, some stuff going, water. And
Well, you've got already 75 iron to do that.
Yep. And that's why you pay up front, I would suggest.
Well, we'll see if
Um,
it was the right decision soon enough.
Well, most of my items are back in the coins district, so to get those out, ready to go. And
Alright.
I check in the guild.
Yes. So the dwarves look at the lot of you and say, "So when could all of you leave?"
Let's.
Tomorrow.
I
let's-
need to pick up some rations with
What's the
Nadia.
time of day right now? Roughly.
It is the evening, so
Okay.
so they ask say the first dwarf, Orbis asks, in the afternoon, the morning, and shall we meet up here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
sounds fair enough.
Afternoon, maybe.
You'll take-
Mhm.
After the sun sets, of course. So it should be all of you aware that when the sun is at high noon, everybody goes indoors.
Okay.
From
Oh,
about
because
high noon
it's. Oh.
and to like 2 or 4, depending on if it's a heat wave or not. Like people don't go out. Like you get sun sickness from like 120 to 140 degree heat during that time. And so it's actually sort of common that some people might even sleep through the morning and are active in the afternoon through the night, or the dark sun kind of messes with sleep schedules.
Okay.
That just sounds like a typical afternoon here where I live during the summer.
Do you live in Arizona or something?
Yes, actually.
Oh
I
my
do
god,
in
that's
Arizona.
hilarious. Cause
And the hottest it's ever been here is 125.
yeah, cause I think you mentioned that before, and I was like, oh, that's funny, cause the guy on YouTube, the odds one out, he made a video with another person who's an animator, and they both live in Arizona, and they complained about Arizona the whole time, and I was like, wow, I'm never going to Arizona. Like, it's really
Yeah,
hot
it's
there.
terrible.
It's
I
really bad.
0% do
Yeah,
not
but-
recommend visiting.
And then like coyotes and stuff like that too.
Coyotes are no big deal.
Okay.
Rangy dogs.
Remember when I was?
They might eat your chihuahua.
Yeah, that's not a
Or your
good
cat.
thing.
Yeah,
So, so we're gonna be meeting here at the inn at like probably sundown, probably sunset.
All right. Fair enough.
Hmm.
When the sun sets, we'll be here.
Sounds good.
All right.
And they.
I'll move over here so they can get out.
Okay. They look like they're trying to finish their meal, and they look a little sad about it, like they're being.
Oh,
I'm just sitting beside Astros, and I kind of smile at Nadia and him.
But at any rate, they finish their one out, and leaving y'all, to alone at the table. If there's anything else to say at the table, you can. Otherwise, we can move on to bartering.
So
That's
Nat,
order.
so Nadia, when do you plan? So when should we try to get the noble away from his guards? Because me and her planned
not
earlier.
uncommon.
No, I'm saying that in Draconic.
Yeah, I'm gonna respond in Draconic, and I'm going to say, Nadia thinks soon.
Anything else?
They're quite influential. I wouldn't recommend it. That's just me.
But I mean, what if he's a terrible person? We could be helping a
He
lot
is
of
very
people.
insulting.
I mean, he probably is. I'm not arguing that.
Plus, you won't believe what he said to me.
And that was.
Something I shouldn't repeat.
What was it? Something like.
Something
liquor
about how many,
pots.
no, like something like how many times my back has hit a bedboard
Yeah.
or
No, it's
something.
How many times you rubbed your hold on.
Oh my
Now I
god.
have to- now I
Rub
have to
my
remind
what?
you.
Where?
It was how many times your back is rubbed on like a post.
How many
Like,
Oh my
doorposts-
god.
How many doorposts have you rubbed your back on whilst whining for garbage?
Oh my god. I so want to kill him now. The cat's just jumped in front of
Where are you
me.
taking your new lizard there? I'm sorry. Where are you taking that lizard? That stinking beggar there, liquor of pots.
If I was a
that was the
barbarian, I
other
would
one.
rage right now.
Yeah.
Let's just
Alright.
do it now, Nadia.
Astos, we should turn in that job of yours. Like, yeah, we actually stopped here to get a drink, so let's turn in that. Let's
Thinking
get
like
supplies
it's always
and
sunny.
stuff.
Like the gang starts a war with the House Langston.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah. I was also get up. It was nice to meet you all. A pleasure.
We'll be back here with them. You know
Nadia
that, right?
kind of embraces Astos. She goes like, "You come back soon."
Oh,
Just a long hug with like concentric circles. You know,
Yeah.
like kind of like a long sigh.
yeah, nervous laughing. yeah, will do.
She lets go.
No, you got friendly way too fast, right? Poor little one. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so what do people want to do to prepare for, I guess, tomorrow evening?
I guess
I'm
by
assuming we've already got our weapons, right? Or no?
If it's in your inventory, then you have it.
Okay.
so we need
would
to
like-
get food. I mean, I do.
And probably canteens. Canteens would be nice.
I mean, I have a water skin.
Yeah,
That would be great. Yeah, that would be
a
great.
water skin's good for a day of water.
Oh,
Yeah, I would like to buy more water skins and more rations and another battle axe if I may. That's
Okay.
everything I want to do.
All right. So how many water skins do you want to buy?
I do have one, and I would like. I don't know how much is for one,
An empty water skin is 2 bits.
and a full water skin.
Is 7.
Okay,
I would like
will-
to buy 3.
Of course, if you filled them with Roy, you could fill a water skin with Roy for only 2 bits.
That would
That would-
that would
be
handle
great.
my thirst, right?
Yeah, because right now
Wait.
you've got the deal of a lifetime on liquids.
Is it take a whole pitcher to fill a water skin?
Well, it's actually a gallon that you need in a water skin holds a gallon, and you require a gallon to drink per day.
All right.
In Dark Sun, at least.
Ah, okay.
So, anyway, good
So
talk.
I'm gonna buy 4 of those Bryce water skins. How much?
So Broy water skins are going to be so empty one is 2 bits. A Broy pitcher itself, which I'm just saying you're going to pull into the water skin, is 2 bits. So 4 bits. So if you're getting, what was it, 4 of them? 16 bits.
Oof.
I'll pick up 5 to get a round number. Just fuck
Okay.
it.
So 20 bits. Or
I'll
2
take 2.
Alright.
Okay. If you take 2, are you filling them with the Broy as well?
Yes, yes.
So you basically, what you're doing is you're going and picking up water skins at the market and coming back and like, I want to buy more more Broy, and
Mm-hmm.
they're like, okay, and you fill them up with 2 water skins that are full of Broy. It is 8 bits.
Okay.
Alright.
and I'll get 2 water skins that are empty and fill it with Bryce. And I'm trying to do conversion math, and my brain is hurting.
It's still 8 bits.
Also, how much for the ration?
Rations are. If you want to buy long-lasting ration travel, they're 5 bits. But if you want to buy food that can last just like a couple days, you could just buy like porridge here for a bit.
I'll handle porridge.
Okay,
How much for that?
1 bit for a porridge.
I'll have 5 those.
Okay, 5 bits.
How
Um,
much would you say 2 water skins with Roy weighs?
Water
4.
skins are.
Right, it's 4.
5
Oh.
pounds.
I think it's
Look
5.
like-
Yeah, a gallon weighs 5 pounds. At least of water.
And if I
Yeah,
may,
the water skin says it's 5 pounds.
Does this mean that if we drink the Broy, we're gonna get drunk?
Not if you don't do it all at once.
Okay.
Like if you sip it throughout the day, you're fine.
I'm also gonna buy water skins and fill them with Roy.
Okay. How many?
3, so 12.
And as a halfling, the water skins are big for you. That's gonna last you 6 days instead of 3, just so you know.
Okay.
Do you still want to buy 3?
Yes. So
Okay.
that would just be
So that'd be 12 bits.
yeah.
Okay.
But that means that if I bought 3, I'm just gonna add 6 to my water skin total.
Yeah, you can just like increase
Because
the weight of
they're
of a single water skin. I don't really care about that.
Oh, well, you decrease the weight of mine, so I'm just gonna up my water skin total to 6, and then I'll drop it down as I drink them.
Okay, sounds good.
And I
Not bad.
also wanted to buy another battle axe.
Or 7, sorry. I can math. Plus 1 is 7, not...
Oh, if you're only drinking enough for 3 days for you, then it's actually half off.
Oh, no! I wanted 3 full water skins. Like,
Okay.
normal size.
Got it.
So I have the half-size water skin, so instead of adding 3 of those, or 3 normal water skins, I just did 6 half-size.
I gotcha, because of your size.
So then I have total of 7.
Okay, sounds good.
It was less work than dragging water skins from the compendium.
Yeah. Whatever is easier, because I don't want to like drag this on.
Yeah.
And then the battle axe is 10 iron.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Then I don't.
10 iron. You've got a battle axe. The battle axe is well, actually, okay, it's 10 iron for an obsidian battle axe, which is a fairly nice battle axe. But if you want, it's a little bit more sturdy. If you want like a more easily breakable but cheaper one, you can get one for like 2 iron.
Nah, I'm gonna go with the obsidian one. Fuck it.
Okay, make sure it mentions it's obsidian. That'll matter in breakage rules.
How much would it cost for me to buy, or can I turn my Erdlu footbone into a shitty dagger?
Do you have anything like the?
I just have the Weaver's tools. I already have a
Weaver's-
dagger.
I'll let you roll survival at disadvantage, because there's like a couple tools that would do that, but you don't have them. But I'll
Okay.
at least let you try.
I'll just buy a bone dagger or something then.
How much?
Probably, depending on the price.
A dagger, an obsidian dagger is 2 iron, but a bone dagger is like.
How much was rations again?
Rations are 5 bits.
Okay, then I'll get.
Or you can buy the porridge, which is 1 bit.
Yeah, the porridge
Yeah.
keeps for like a few days.
I'm thinking about getting rations. I'm trying now.
There's also
The rations will work forever, basically.
there also is a bowl of porridge sitting on the table that I took like 3 bites out of.
I'll just get 10 rations. How much is that?
Okay. So that'll be 5 iron.
Okay.
I'll also get to myself 5 rations. So
Okay.
5 gold or 5.
25
iron.
bits. If you're only getting 5 rations, then it's half of. We could call it 25 bits.
I'm getting 10 rations so I can share with Lexi.
Okay.
That's why I'm getting 10. And then that way you can save your gold. You can pool it together
Okay.
later. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Said
Any
a book
other-
is
Any
25
other
iron.
what's 25?
Said a book is 25 iron.
Yes.
With the people in my guild, anyway, I could persuade them to let me pay a majority of it.
Yeah, we'll do the quick and dirty of it. Just do it.
You just do what?
Just do a persuasion check. We'll do it quick and dirty.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to role play it out.
So it's 20 because that's disadvantage with an accent. No, it's fine. Just not role playing this part. So just
Okay.
buying.
So it's at 20.
Yeah, because I was on disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Wait, you're disadvantaged?
I had it marked as disadvantage. I was just a normal roll. It would have registered as 20.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Because there's
So,
the person left.
yeah, I would say that you brought this book down to like 18 iron. Let's say.
Okay. And charcoal. Go with it.
Yeah, charcoal. I mean, does it even cost anything?
I don't know. Seems pretty minor. So.
Yeah, it's not even listed. Like, you can get for 1 bit, you can get like a pack of them that you'll be writing for a
Get
long
that.
time.
Getting that pack. Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Sure.
How much does 5 rations weigh?
Rations weigh
2 pounds per.
2 pounds, so 10 pounds for 5.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. I'm way overweight.
Okay. Well, you can lean on your compatriots. There are like beasts of burden that can carry things for you.
I'm at 53 pounds.
How much strength do you have?
Oh, you know what? I added that wrong. Because I didn't
Who,
read the
me?
message right. No, I added it wrong because I was doing gold earlier. And it didn't say the right number. 1 second. I should be okay, I think. So if anybody needs... If, like, Lexi, if you need me to take something.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hand you 2 rations out of the 5 that you gave me.
Okay.
So 3. And they weigh 2 rations each, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Alrighty. Is there any other buying that y'all want to do?
Sorry, I
No.
don't. What is the cost of a bone dagger versus an obsidian?
A bone dagger. So an obsidian is two iron, and a bone one, 5 bits.
5 bits. Okay.
Half of an iron, basically.
How breakable are the bone ones versus obsidian?
If you roll a critical failure and confirm it, that bone is going to shatter, whereas the obsidian may not.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep the one I got then.
Okay.
So.
I would like to
And just
before
in
I
general, you start with like bone and stone weapons. Obsidian is basically an upgrade.
Oh, I have an
Plus
upgrade.
1.
No, hell no. That's iron. If you find an iron weapon, it's considered a +1.
Any weight for the charcoal pack?
Nah.
Oh, sweet. Good.
Yeah, I
So,
don't.
I
I don't want
had-
to. I don't want to sweat the small stuff.
I had an above the table like thought about the fact that you're buying books. You know, if you actually, you know what? I'll save it. I was gonna say if you like bribed Beastie, she could probably just like weave together cloth paper.
I was like, after seeing I bought the book?
Well, I'm sure she'll probably like. I'll probably mention it in character if I see writing in the book.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I haven't written in it yet, but to be noted. Because I plan on using it for later.
Before heading out of the city, what do we need to do to turn in that delivery we're gonna get for Astus?
You just report in. Like, if Helio arrives safe, like your job is done.
All right. And I would like to do something else real quickly before we get out of the city, or just go toward the dwarfs again. If I
Okay.
may, I would like
Sure.
to visit my mother.
Oh shit!
Yeah, just
I'm not
gonna
prepared for that.
just have a little talk with her, but we can do it later. That's no problem.
Yeah, we are getting close to the. Well, actually, it depends on if we want to do a 3-hour game or a 4-hour. That's open to you guys.
I am free if everyone is free.
I'm
Yep,
okay with it.
Yeah.
So this is the rule that I don't know if everybody heard before, but I'll state it again just in case. So when the 3rd hour comes, I ask the party, does everybody want to keep going for that 4th hour? And then we can say, if any single person says no, I'm going to go ahead and stop. If you feel a little apprehensive about saying no and stopping everybody else, you can send me a personal message, and then I'll just say, all right, somebody has to go. But I prefer to keep going with everybody.
Yeah,
Does
I'm
that sound fair?
Yeah.
That's very much.
And like, if one of you guys says no, like personally, it's not gonna be any hard feelings for me. Like 3 hours is a pretty decent game,
Hmm.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
but you know, like I'm perfectly fine going another hour. I don't have anything to do tonight.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I was gonna live stream, but I can do that anytime.
you're just like I'd rather D&D, thanks.
No, I mean, like, it doesn't matter because I don't have a job, so I don't have to go to sleep at 11 o'clock.
I was,
Yeah,
I was
I
actually
would be
thinking-
delighted to keep going, if as long as everybody else is happy to keep going. Also, I just
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
make a point that rug on the floor definitely not for bear. It's like a it scales from a like an extra big sort of lizard. Probably for an Enix. So I just had to say it, you know, because it was bothering me.
The what?
There's like a
The
bear
rug.
rug here. See the bear rug here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no furry creatures in Athos, so it's probably like a Enix hide, like a big old monitor lizard.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks. You're giving me an idea. Give me a second.
Uh-oh.
I would say that
I'm gonna turn this
actually
music off. I think I'm done with it.
Sorry, I mentioned it.
Now, like, I'm aware of it. You know, I'm gonna switch to Tabla. I don't. That's right.
That works.
I was actually going to say that we should. I at least that's just for me, not for everyone, of course. I kind of want to stop in the next 10 minutes because I'm feeling kind of wary of being a computer. Because I have been working all morning and I have been staying on the computer all afternoon.
Gotcha.
I'm
Okay.
kind of tired.
Do you want a full stop or take a break?
No, I want to. Oh, I'm sorry, but I want to full stops if you guys don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
sounds
that's
good.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
All right. So we'll wrap things up in 10 minutes. Also, that gives me time to actually consider the conversation you have with your mother.
I was just gonna go say, hey mom, I'm gonna go outside town. Be right back.
Okay. Okay, so it's a simple one. So she's like, she's like, all right, my little boy, have fun. Go smite some arcane people.
Are you telling us that you're gonna go talk to your mom?
No, definitely not.
Where you going?
What you
Wow.
doing?
It's
I
his
gotta meet this
girlfriend.
lady.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
his girlfriend. Totally.
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 All right. Also, as a Templar that just finished a task, you for the night, or you have room and board in the Templar district. Just so you know,
I have what?
room and board, like food, drink, and lodging.
Watching.
Oh, I would take lots there then.
Yeah. So you can go back basically to the barracks and sleep there.
All right,
Um,
that's fine.
Use the guild artisan as well. The guild.
Yep. And then you as a guild artist, lodging. What did the rest of you do for sleep?
Slept outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. DC's kind of got like a little tiny hideaway underneath some crap in an alley.
Okay.
The
So
cheapest
roll me survival checks to see if you find a place to sleep. Because if you're going out in the streets, it gets just like the days get real hot, the nights get real cold.
Oh God.
So the failure would be that you wouldn't get a restful sleep, and you would take a hit of exhaustion.
So yeah. Can she like try to find somewhere to go?
That is the survival.
Oh.
It's Constitution next. Let me be. I'm not being clear here. So the survival is to find a place to sleep. So you're like going under. I don't know, like digging into like a stables or something. And so a 9 just means that you couldn't find something.
Wouldn't
and then
she be with Jenny though?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Sorry, I was muted again. I was gonna say that we would be together. So.
okay, I think that's fair. So the two of you find like I don't know, a sort of mound of hay to lay on, and kind of dig under to keep a little warmer for the night.
Okay.
And Beastie, you have no issue at all. Like finding, you probably actually just sneak into it and like sleep indoors for the night, and then just kind of crawl back out in the morning. And you greet it with a new day. And I think we'll probably end it here, unless there's something that somebody wants to sneak in.
I was just gonna say in the morning, I would have told the tavern keeper, the barkeep, that the nobles were gonna send a servant here with maybe a message from me, and I would want to run back in, but back in the tavern later to meet the dwarves anyway, so it doesn't.
Okay, let's handle the so they take note of that, and they're so you ask them to like take their message or to wait for them, or what?
Just to, if I'm not here, to take a message for me, and I would ask the tavern keep fond of me, like the barkeep that seems fond of me. Like
Mhm.
if they send a servant and I'm not here, will you take like the message for me? Because they may have some work, and
Yeah, and she says, yeah, sure, of course I can do that, my little sweetie, as you pass your head.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
she's
Thank you.
she's still not really caught on yet.
Nope.
So
And I'm just gonna play it. I'm like, thank you.
and yeah, so that's being being watched. And remind me of that if I forget it, please.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't have the best memory. Okay.
Same.
So I think then I'll close the game out unless anybody else had anything else to say. Did y'all